The former Cuban president Fidel Castro has died at the age of 90. Castro defied all 11 American presidents and thrust Cuba onto the world stage. Cuban state-run television said the former longtime president died at 10 p.m. on Friday. Castro's brother and current president Raul Castro confirmed the news. Uganda has over the years benefited from the enormous health scholarships provided by the Cuban government and the medical assistance provided to Africa during the Ebola epidemic.
It's not only a sad day for Cuba, but I think it's a sad day for all the countries that have always had a high respect for the revolutionary leader of Fidel Castro. He has been an icon of the revolution, of the fight for freedom and the fight for liberation for the whole of Africa, from North Africa down to South Africa.
The most recent bilateral meeting between the two countries was the October visit of Cuba's Vice President Salvador Valdez to Uganda. The visit was held to strengthen the diplomatic ties that have existed for 40 years. The visit concluded with the Ugandan government promising to reopen the Ugandan embassy in the Cuban capital of Havana.
That will definitely take place. We're already in our plans, and we're budgeting for it in the budget for next year, and we're giving the opening of our mission in Cuba as a priority, because we don't have any missions in Southern America. So we hope to establish as soon as possible, beginning of next financial year.
There has been an outpouring of condolence messages on social media. Among them are French President François Hollande, who said Castro embodied the hopes and disappointments of the revolution. US President-elect Donald Trump said in a tweet, "Fidel Castro is dead." Mexico's President Enrique Peña Nieto said Fidel Castro was a friend of Mexico, promoter of bilateral relationships based on respect, dialogue, and solidarity. The death of Castro comes at a time when outgoing US President Barack Obama announced renewed diplomatic ties with Cuba, which resulted in the US loosening some trade and travel restrictions. Fidel Castro is reported to have survived 638 assassination attempts by CIA and FBI agents. Many are still divided on whether to remember him as a repressive leader or a revolutionary leader. But while many Cubans were mourning, thousands of Cuban Americans took to the streets of Miami and Florida to celebrate Castro's death. Andwarinitwe, NTV Weekend Edition.